What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego back with some more boxing. Now I'm back with another segment of the rundown. So much is going on. The year started off kind of dry, not much happening, and there's been a lot of news coming out. So it's the first month of the year, and it's starting to pick up at a rapid pace. So I decided to do another edition of the rundown. I want to give you guys some highlights, and the rundown is basically a condensed section where I talk about boxing news. First things first, Miguel Cotto Sergio Martinez is not official yet. And Cotto still stays adamant that he wants to fight June 7th in New York, Madison Square Garden. And he's saying that he's going to give it to the end of the month to work out all the bugs with the Sergio Martinez camp and make that fight happen. As you guys know, Martinez rekindled his relationship with Sarmiento, the brother that was in jail. And they're looking on to having a big money fight with Cotto. But I guess there's some details they got to iron out. Cotto is remaining adamant that he's going to look for other options if the Martinez camp can't come to terms or see eye to eye. He says he's the bigger star, and basically he wants the champion Sergio Martinez to give in to whatever demand. So hopefully they get it ironed out. I want to see this fight. Next, Alfredo Angulo. He cut his hair for cancer research, and he says the old dog is back. As you guys know, his nickname is El Perro, which stands for dog in Spanish. And he cut his hair, so basically like his fight with James Kirkland, he looks more or less like the old Angulo before he grew his hair out, before the detention center. And I'm anxious to see what version of El Perro will show up against Canelo. That's a good fight. That's a big fight. Both fighters coming off of losses. I think Canelo's loss was more embarrassing because Angulo had Edeslandi lower hurt, and it was kind of like a freak accident with his eye, and he wasn't able to continue. Other news, Gabe Rosado and the Charlo brother, Jermel, they're going to fight. I'm looking forward to this fight. Well, actually, I don't know, Jermel or Jamal. I always get them confused. I know him when I see him because one has long hair now and one doesn't. Anyway, they've been going back and forth on social media talking shit, and I'm just looking forward to the fight. I want to see who wins. I think Gabe Rosado is a tough as nails, tough customer. And I think it's bigger for him. Well, I can't say that. It's a big fight for both. It's a big fight for different reasons. A big fight for Gabe Rosado because he's been given chance after chance, if you will. He fought Angulo, got stopped by Angulo. So that's a loss. That's one big name. Then his fight with Jesus Soto Caras, he was able to beat Caras, so that was good. But a lot of his recent fights, for whatever reason, whether people think he won or lost, on paper, he lost a lot of them. Like J. Leon Love, he lost that fight. Then they changed it to no contest because J. Leon Love had some kind of diuretic in his system. So that's cool. But people still remember the decision before, even though I personally think that he should have won that fight. It's still a loss because, I mean, you could say the same thing with Timothy Bradley and Manny Pacquiao. A lot of people think Pacquiao won, but it still has that negative light because it was such a close fight where people are torn and that kind of thing. And then recently to Peter Quillin, he had the Peter Quillin fight and he was coming on strong. He was getting his second win. Quillin looked like he was on the decline and a huge cut opened up. Doctors stopped the fight. So it's still a loss whether you don't agree with it. It was a punch that caused the cut and it was a cut. So it's not really much you can dispute. They're looking after the fighter's health. And before that, Gabe Rosado refused to catch weight and fought Gennady Golovkin and really got the brakes beat off him. Just Golovkin was too powerful, too strong. And he tried to hold his own and I guess gave minimal problems to Gennady Golovkin, but nothing too severe. So for Gabe Rosado, it's just a make or break fight. He has to win. I mean, you keep getting these opportunities and people enjoy seeing you, rightfully so. He has that fighter spirit, that Philly tough grit, but there's only so many times they're going to give you opportunities and then you come up short. And then for the Charlo brother, he's supposed to be the future of boxing, a great prospect. So people want to see if he lives up to the hype and if he's all that he's cut out to be. So I'm looking forward to this fight. It's a real impressive matchup because a lot of times in boxing you see the up-and-comers like the Charlos or whatever, and they're carefully guided for X amount of years or X amount of time, and they don't just throw him in with like a fighter like Gabe Rosado. So I'm anxious to see how that turns out. In other news, Chris Arreola, Bermane Stiverne, a deal was reached, and they will be fighting their rematch on April 27th. I really like this. And it's funny because on my Instagram, if you go to my Instagram on April 20, or excuse me, the day before they announced that this rematch was taking place, I made a video, or I made a post about it, posted the picture. You, like I said, check my Instagram if you don't believe me, at Boxing Ego. And I made a post about it like, yo, when is this fight happening? I know it was a fight that was supposed to happen, the rematch was supposed to happen, but I hadn't heard anything from it. And then the very next day, like the very fucking next day, they announced that it's a done deal. So I'm glad, because I was obviously thinking about the fight because I made that post and posted the picture. And I'm looking forward to it. A lot of Haitian champions, a lot of Haitians who are coming on strong. Thierry Jean is looking to upset Lamont Peterson coming up. Another good fight that I'm looking forward, crossroads fight for Lamont Peterson. And you have Jean Pascal, who just put on an excellent performance against Lucien Boutte. Then you have Donna Stevenson, who was arguably one of the Fighter of the Year candidates. So looking forward to that fight. The rematch is going to show a lot. Chris Arreola has a hell of a chin because he took a monster shot at the end of the round and he continued fighting. So to me, that shows that he's a true warrior and he can get back up. So I'm going to see how he comes in focused and whatnot. I did an interview with Chris Arreola's trainer last year, Henry Ramirez, and he was telling me some stuff like on and off the record. Just kind of like Chris Arreola, he had to take him away to Arizona to train because there's a lot of distractions. He's from California, and training in California wasn't the best look, he was telling me. So I want to see how he trains, and especially coming off a loss to Stiverne, I want to see how Chris Arreola looks. He looked great against Seth Mitchell. He did exactly what he said he was going to do. Made short work of Seth Mitchell, stopped him in the first round, knocked him out, and he looked good in that fight. So let's see what he does against somebody who's already has a victory over him. And Mikey Garcia is also fighting. A lot of fucking good fights, man. Mikey Garcia is fighting Juan Carlos Burgos, another tough fight. I'm going to try to get my prediction up for that ASAP. But I did not realize how fucking big Juan Carlos Burgos looks compared to Mikey Garcia. I know Mikey Garcia just moved up to 130, fought Rocky Martinez. That was a good fight. But I didn't know that Burgos was going to look that much bigger than him because I thought Garcia was pretty big for 130. I thought he was a fighter who his walking around weight is much higher than the 130, and he just cuts weight because he's young to make weight. And Burgos looks big, which could be problematic because he has that long frame, that real lengthy, like kind of like a Jesus Soto Caras, like sharp ass shoulders, and just like a lengthy, long arms look. So we'll see what's going to happen in that fight. Just want to give you guys the rundown, some boxing updates all in one, so I don't have to make separate videos. Let me know what you guys think of these updates. Leave a comment. As always, hate, comment, or subscribe. Till next video, it's Ego signing off.